I hope this finds you as well as you can possibly be at this unprecedented time in our boards and in our regions and in our countries and in our world's history. It is a very unusual time. As you well know, we are in the midst of a pandemic. The COVID-19 health crisis is upon us, and never before have we seen times, at least as far as I can remember, for our schools to be closed, for church liturgies to be canceled, for workplaces to be closed to their workers, and for families to be advised to stay at home. So these are really, really unusual times. At times like these, it's tempting to abandon our faith. It's tempting to think that God has forgotten about us, and yet I would challenge all of you not to take this point of view. I would challenge all of you to remember that this is a time of Lent, a time when we are asked to turn to God, not to turn away from God, a time to believe that God is in control. We are not in control. And so I would ask each and every one of you to remember this, to share your fears and your struggles with God, and to help each other out as best as you can during this time. For some of us, helping each other out is going to result in some deeds that we do. So whether it is shopping for a neighbor for groceries, or dropping off items that can be used by somebody else in need, that's great, safely of course. For others of us, it could be a lack of deed, that is staying home. Particularly if you are feeling unwell, I would ask that you do that you keep social distance wherever possible. And certainly are keeping in mind what our health units and our governments are asking us to do. And of course, last but not least, to continue praying for one another and for other people who may be affected greatly by the COVID-19 virus. I wish to assure all of you that the Huron-Superior Catholic District School Board is working very hard to collaborate with everyone, that is government officials, health agencies, labor unions, to ensure everyone's safety. Although our board offices and schools are closed at this time to visitors, please rest assured that there is someone on site in our board office from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to accept deliveries, and that includes mail and other items that would be very useful for people to have at this time, such as important supplies, such as soap, for example, or sanitizer, etc. Please know that we are in close collaboration with the Ministry of Education, and we are taking direction from them on a daily and weekly basis. And we will certainly provide updates as they become available to you. So do continue to check our website at www.hscdsb.on.ca. Check our social media accounts regularly, and do continue to watch the news as your time allows you to. Know that our board is doing its level best to keep up with all requests and with all questions that we receive during this time. In closing, I would like to thank a number of people for all that they are doing during this very difficult time. I would like to start by thanking our business department and our HR department, who are working very hard to ensure all of our employees are receiving payment, and all of our suppliers are receiving payment. So our accounts payable department is working very hard. Our payroll department is working very hard. Our HR department is also working very hard to ensure that our employees remain up to date with pertinent information. I want to thank our communications department, who is helping us to produce this video today, and also helping to keep our social media accounts and our board website up to date. I want to thank our IT department, which is working around the clock to ensure that our board is well connected virtually, so that we can have virtual meetings with one another and teleconferences as they are needed at this time. Wish to also thank our plant department. Our care staff, for those of you who don't know, our care staff were in our buildings throughout March break, making sure that our schools and our board buildings underwent a deep clean, so that when our students and our staff are ready to come back to work, they can do so with full assurance that the building that they are entering is clean and sanitary. So thank you to our care staff and our plant department for that. Our curriculum and special education departments are working closely with our senior team to see what can be done in terms of the continuation of learning. And that might occur after the 2-week closure occurs. We're still working and waiting to hear more information from the Ministry of Education on that front. Our senior team, our school administrators, our trustees, and our employee groups. We thank them for their efforts in communication and cooperation with us as well at the board. And finally, last but not least, I thank all of you for your cooperation and your understanding. This is an extremely challenging time. It is unprecedented in our board's history, in our nation's history, I think, for as long as I can remember. And so I thank you for doing all you can to ensure that COVID-19 does not spread any farther than it already has. So if you have been away for vacation and are just coming back to us, by all means, please do self-isolate, follow the direction of the local health units and government officials, please, so that we all can remain safe and secure. And last but not least, please take good care of yourselves and keep the faith. God bless.